Welcome to our TechSpherePodcast. It's a deep dive, all about the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share with friends. You're ready to take your TechSphere to the next level, right? Get those episodes discovered on YouTube. You sent over 3 articles, a 2024 guide to the YouTube algorithm, how the YouTube algorithm works in 2024, plus 14 tips for more views. We're diving deep into them to help you, crack the code.
The YouTube algorithm, it can seem like a mysterious beast, but it's really just a sophisticated system designed to connect viewers with content that they'll love. And for you, that means getting your TechSpherePodcast in front of a tech-hungry audience.
So it's not about tricking the system, but working with it.
Exactly. It's about understanding what the algorithm prioritizes and then tailoring your content and strategy to align with those priorities.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly does the algorithm look for?
Well, it all boils down to viewer satisfaction. YouTube wants people to have a positive experience on the platform, so the algorithm is constantly analyzing data to figure out what keeps viewers engaged and coming back for more.
And one of the articles mentioned watch time as a key factor, right?
Absolutely. Watch time is a huge indicator of viewer satisfaction. The longer someone watches your TechSphere episode, the more it signals to YouTube that your content is valuable and worth recommending to others. Think of it as a vote of confidence from the audience.
So it's not just about getting people to click on a video, but to actually keep them watching.
Precisely. YouTube pays attention to metrics like average percentage viewed, which measures how much of your video people are actually watching. The higher that percentage, better.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
If people are bailing out after a few seconds, it's a pretty clear sign the video isn't holding their attention.
Right. And this is where things get really interesting. For you in TechSphere, one of the articles pointed out that watch time is calculated differently for different content formats. Since you're working with a podcast, long-form content, you'll want to focus on strategies that encourage viewers to stick around for the entire episode.
Okay, so how do we keep those tech enthusiasts glued to their screens for a full episode of TechSphere?
That's where those 14 tips come in handy. They offer a roadmap for optimizing your content and maximizing viewer engagement.
Let's break it down. What are some of the most impactful things our listeners can do?
Well, first and foremost, remember that the YouTube algorithm is all about relevance. It wants to connect viewers with content that matches their interests. So for your TechSpherePodcast, that means making sure your video's information is laser focused on what your target audience is searching for.
So if someone searches for tech podcast, the algorithm will be looking for videos that clearly signal they are about exactly that.
Exactly. And that's where keyword research comes in. The articles recommend using tools like Google Keyword Planner to identify the terms people are actually using when searching for content related to tech podcasts. Incorporate those keywords naturally into your video's title, description, and tags. Think of it as speaking the algorithm's language.
Got it. So we're talking about strategic keyword placement, not just stuffing a bunch of random tech terms into the description.
Right. It needs to feel organic and genuine, both for the algorithm and for the viewers who are actually reading those descriptions.
Okay, so keywords are crucial for helping the algorithm understand what your content is about. What else can we do to make those TechSphere episodes stand out in a sea of videos?
Well, think about what catches your eye. When you're browsing YouTube, it's often the thumbnail.
Right, totally. A compelling thumbnail can make all the difference. And getting someone to click on your video, it's like the cover of a book. It needs to grab your attention and make you want to learn more.
Exactly. The articles suggest using clear visuals that accurately represent the episode's content, adding concise text that piques interest, and incorporating your TechSphere logo for instant brand recognition.
So we're talking about eye-catching visuals, concise text, and consistent branding. That's a great checklist for our listeners to keep in mind. When creating their thumbnails, what about once someone actually clicks on the video? How do we keep them engaged and watching all the way to the end?
That's where things get really strategic. You want to create an experience that hooks viewers from the first few seconds and keeps them coming back for more. And one of the best ways to do that is with an engaging introduction.
So no long-winded intros for TechSphere. Get right to the good stuff.
Exactly. Think about your favorite podcasts or YouTube channels. What makes you want to keep listening or watching? It's often that immediate sense that you're about to learn something valuable or be entertained.
So for our TechSphere listeners, that could mean starting with a bold statement, a thought-provoking question, or even a captivating sound effect. That grabs attention right from the start.
Exactly. Make those first few seconds count. Deliver on the promise of your title and make those tech enthusiasts eager to hear what you have to say.
Okay. We've hooked them with a killer intro. Now, how do we maintain that momentum throughout the entire episode?
This is where pacing and structure come into play. Remember, you're working with long-form content, so you need to keep things dynamic and engaging to prevent viewers from dropping off.
So no droning on and on about a single topic.
Right. Think about incorporating visuals, varying your tone of voice, and even adding timestamps to the video description. Timestamps allow viewers to easily navigate to specific sections they're interested in, which can help increase watch time and overall engagement.
That's a great tip. It makes the content more accessible and allows viewers to customize their listening experience. Any other strategies for keeping those tech enthusiasts engaged?
Absolutely. The articles emphasize the importance of storytelling. Even though you're dealing with technical topics, find ways to weave in personal anecdotes, relatable examples, and even a touch of humor. People connect with stories, and it can make even the most complex topics more engaging and memorable.
So it's not just about spitting out facts and figures, but creating an experience that resonates with viewers on an emotional level.
Exactly. Make it personal, make it relatable, and make it fun.
This is fantastic advice. I feel like we're really starting to crack the code of the YouTube algorithm.
We're getting there, but there's another crucial element we need to discuss, and it has to do with how YouTube evaluates the overall quality and trustworthiness of your content.
Okay, let's dive into that. I'm all ears. So we've covered making TechSphere's content relevant and engaging for viewers, but you mentioned YouTube also looks at overall quality and trustworthiness. What's that mean exactly?
It's all about authority. YouTube wants to recommend channels that are seen as reliable sources of information in their niche. They're looking for what they call high-quality content, and they use a bunch of signals to figure out which channels fit the bill.
That makes a lot of sense. Viewers are more likely to stick around if they trust the source of the information. But how does YouTube actually determine which channels are authoritative?
It's a combination of factors, but one of the key things they look at is consistency. Are you regularly producing content that aligns with your channel's focus? Is the information accurate and well-researched? For TechSphere, this means consistently delivering top-notch tech insights and analysis that your audience can rely on.
So it's not just about uploading a video every once in a while. It's about establishing a pattern of reliable, high-quality content that viewers can count on.
Exactly. It's about building that reputation as a go-to source for tech information. And it's not just about the content itself. YouTube also looks at how you engage with your audience. Are you responding to comments, answering questions, fostering a sense of community around your channel?
It's about showing that you're invested in your audience and value their input.
Precisely. It shows that you're not just broadcasting information, but that you're genuinely engaged with your viewers and care about their experience.
That's a great reminder. For our listeners, it's so easy to get caught up in the technical aspects of YouTube optimization, but building relationships with your viewers is just as important. Any other tips for establishing authority on YouTube?
Collaborations can be incredibly powerful. Partnering with other creators in the tech space, either through guest appearances, cross-promotion, or even joint projects, can help signal to YouTube that you're a respected voice in the field.
So it's about networking and leveraging the power of community.
Absolutely. It's about building relationships, expanding your reach, and showing YouTube that you're a valuable contributor to the tech conversation.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about keyword research, thumbnails, watch time, engagement, and establishing authority. It's a lot to digest.
It is, but remember, the most important thing is to focus on creating high-quality content that resonates with your audience. If you can do that, the rest will fall into place.
That's a great reminder. Don't get so caught up in the optimization that you lose sight of the heart of your channel. But speaking of optimization, one of the articles mentioned YouTube Shorts. How does the algorithm handle those bite-sized videos?
YouTube Shorts are an entirely different beast. They're designed for quick consumption and instant gratification. So the algorithm prioritizes things like watch time and completion rate. It's all about grabbing attention in those first few seconds and delivering a punchy, engaging message that leaves viewers wanting more.
So it's even more important to make those first few seconds count with Shorts. Any tips for our TechSphere listeners who are thinking about incorporating shorts into their strategy.
Absolutely. Think about creating short teasers for your full episodes, sharing quick tech tips, or highlighting behind-the-scenes moments from your podcast recording session.
Those are great ideas. Shorts can be a fantastic way for TechSphere to reach a new audience and drive traffic to the full podcast episode.
Exactly. It's all about diversification and meeting your audience where they are.
And don't forget about promoting your content outside of YouTube, right?
That's crucial. Share your TechSphere episodes on other social media platforms, embed them on your website, and reach out to relevant blogs and publications to spread the word.
It's all about expanding your reach and getting those TechSphere episodes in front of as many eyes as possible.
Precisely. And don't be afraid to get creative with your promotion strategies. Think about running contests, giveaways, or partnering with other creators for cross-promotion opportunities.
That's great advice. Okay, so we've talked about optimizing content for the algorithm, building trust and authority, leveraging shorts, and promoting TechSphere beyond YouTube. What else should our listeners keep in mind as they navigate this YouTube journey?
One of the most important things to remember is that YouTube is a long game. Success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and a willingness to adapt and evolve your strategy along the way.
So, don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately.
Exactly. Stay consistent with your content creation. Experiment with different strategies. Analyze your data. And most importantly, have fun with it.
That's such a crucial reminder. It's so easy to get caught up in the numbers and the analytics. But at the end of the day, creating content should be enjoyable.
Absolutely. And that passion will shine through in your videos and resonate with your audience.
Speaking of resonating with your audience, one of the articles mentioned the importance of authenticity.
Authenticity is key. In today's digital landscape, people are craving genuine connections and relatable content. So, don't be afraid to let your personality shine through in your TechSphere videos. Be yourself, share your unique perspective, and connect with your audience on a human level.
So, it's not about trying to be someone you're not, but about showcasing what makes TechSphere unique and engaging.
Exactly. People can spot inauthenticity a mile away. So be true to yourself, be passionate about your content, and let your personality shine through.
That's fantastic advice. I think we've covered a ton of valuable information today. Any final words of wisdom for our TechSphere listeners before we wrap up this deep dive?
Remember, the YouTube algorithm is constantly evolving. So stay curious, stay adaptable, and never stop learning.
So it's a journey of continuous improvement. Don't be afraid to experiment, try new things, and refine your strategy as you go.
Exactly. And remember, the most important thing is to create content that you're proud of and that genuinely connects with your audience. The rest will follow.
I love that. Well, I think we've given our TechSphere listeners a lot to think about and a lot to work with as they continue to grow their presence on YouTube.
I hope so. It's been a pleasure diving into these articles and sharing some insights into the fascinating world of the YouTube algorithm.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fascinating to think about the sheer volume of content on YouTube. It can feel pretty daunting, especially for creators just starting out. Do smaller channels actually stand a chance of getting noticed amidst all the noise?
That's a great question, and one that a lot of creators grapple with. But one of the articles we dove into had some encouraging insights on that front, it turns out. YouTube is actively trying to support smaller creators and help them find their audience.
Really? That's fantastic. I feel like it's so easy to get lost in the sea of content, especially when you don't have millions of subscribers already.
Right. It can be a challenge to stand out. But according to this article, YouTube has teams dedicated to finding ways to promote smaller creators to relevant viewers. They're experimenting with different approaches and tracking their success.
So it's not just about catering to the big names with massive followings.
Not at all. YouTube understands that a diverse and thriving ecosystem of creators is essential for the platform's long-term success. They want to create opportunities for everyone, regardless of their channel size.
That's really encouraging for our TechSphere listeners. Who are just starting to build their presence on YouTube. It means they have a real chance to get noticed and grow their audience, even if they're not yet household names.
Exactly. So don't be intimidated by the big players. Focus on creating that high quality, engaging content we've been talking about, and trust that YouTube is working behind the scenes to help you connect with the right viewers.
And speaking of connecting with viewers, one of the articles highlighted the power of a multi-format approach. to content creation. What exactly does that mean?
It means recognizing that YouTube is so much more than just long-form videos these days. There's live streaming, those shorts we discussed, and even the potential for incorporating podcasts like your TechSphere show.
So it's about giving viewers options and meeting them where they are.
Precisely. And the beauty of it is that the algorithm seems to support this multi-format approach. Let's say someone stumbles across one of your TechSphere shorts and finds it engaging. The algorithm might then suggest one of your full-length episodes on a related topic.
So it's all connected. Creating content in different formats can help you reach a wider audience and introduce viewers to different facets of your channel.
It's like building a content ecosystem, with each format complementing the others and creating a richer experience for your viewers.
I love that analogy. So for our TechSphere listeners, don't be afraid to experiment with different formats. Try creating some shorts. Consider dipping your toes into live streaming, and definitely think about how to integrate those podcast episodes into your YouTube strategy.
It's all about finding what works best for you and your audience, and always being open to trying new things. And remember, at the heart of it all is your passion for tech. Let that shine through. Connect with your audience authentically and have fun with the process.
That's such great advice. I feel like we've really unpacked the YouTube algorithm and given our TechSphere listeners a solid toolkit to work with.
I agree. It's been a pleasure exploring these insights with you.
Before we sign off, I want to remind everyone to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your friends. And don't forget to tune in next time for another deep dive into the exciting world of technology and online content creation.
Until then, keep creating, keep learning, and keep those TechSphere episodes coming.
Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share with friends.